Hey guys, it's Syndicate here, and finally welcome to my Black Ops 2 Zombies breakdown trailer analysis. Now, it's been a while that I have done one of these and I'm dying to get back into it, and so what I'm going to be doing across this video is breaking down this trailer into sections, showing you screenshots from it and explaining all the theories I believe about zombies, what we've got coming and what to expect. It does look really fun, it looks really awesome. I think it's going to be a challenge and there's going to be some things thrown at us that we don't really expect, and I'm going to be summarising as well what a few people from the community have brought up, and yeah, so let's get involved with this. Alright guys, so let's jump into this trailer, and what I'm going to be doing this time is a little bit different from how I've always done my Black Ops Zombie trailers. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be recording my desktop so you can actually see my mouse, so I can use it as a pointer to point things out, and it makes it a lot easier than putting like a big huge arrow pointing all over the screen and making it look ugly. So I'm going to be doing frame by frame, skipping through this actual trailer so I can pause it, I can go backwards, I can speed things up, sort of thing, just so you guys see everything I want to show you without missing a thing. So straight away, you know, we've got our beautiful map, everyone's calling it Transit, and I believe this is what the name's going to be. I think the reason for that is because there was a leaked file, unfortunately, so a lot of it, people have been gaining their information off the leaked file. I do not want to look at it, because if I look at it, it'll change my judgment to how I'm perceiving any information whatsoever, and I think that takes the fun away from zombies. Yes, you might want to get the information to people, you know, as quick as possible, and you know, give everyone the information that's around. But if Treyarch doesn't want information out, I'm literally just going to stick to what Treyarch want, because at the end of the day, they're creating this game. I don't want them to turn around and go, "You're not allowed to post videos of it anymore on YouTube," because they have that power to do stuff like that. So straight away, you know, we have the bus appearing in the distance, and notice like the fog. The fog is a really, really big thing in this game. I'm hoping it doesn't go Call of the Dead style, you know, the whole literally can't see anything other than eyes throughout the entire map, and then sometimes it clears up, because I feel that ruins maps, especially Call of Dead. It's probably one of my favourite maps, as if they just got rid of the fog completely, I think it would be my favourite map on Call of Duty. It's actually a lot of fun and very challenging. Okay, so the wheels on the bus are moving round and round, and then we move on to this second section. Now this second section it's been passed over a lot, and a lot of people aren't really talking about it, and it's got my attention a lot. Now the reason for this is the skull and crossbones. You know, it's warning you about something. Now this could simply be a facility saying, you know, like how you see the cars stacked on top of each other. This could be like a crusher system, you know, like where, you know, cars go and get crushed. You know, it could be like a place in Texas, how people think it is. So it could simply be a thing like that. But something at the same time warns me, is this a section that's telling us to be like, be careful of being around here, there's something that's going to get you, and it's not just like, oh, watch out, there's zombies, otherwise this sign would see it like absolutely everywhere, everything be cordoned off. But instead, are we seeing this being like a warning system to be like, don't come around here because you're running a risk of being in this section? Could a boss be here, a certain type of zombie luring in this area? Like if you go beyond this point, you're in the danger zone or something. This is what I'm looking forward to finding out about, like what this actually means, because you do actually see the sign there as well, and it looks like it's cordoning off this area beyond it. Now at first I thought I saw writing actually on this here, and I still can't really make it out, because on this board here you don't see any scratches on the top, whereas on there you do see scratches there, so it's a bit like confusing as to actually what it is. Now the main thing that we want to be pointing out here is clearly this beautiful, beautiful bus, and not just any beautiful, beautiful bus. We see the bus driver. Now a lot of people didn't spot this bus driver, but you can see he's clearly wearing a hat there and he's got eyes. We do see him like later on as well, but I'll be pointing that out. But other than that, there's not much to point out, other than there is a bus that's going to be driving around the map, which obviously look like it picks you up, drives you around, drops you off in places, and it looks like it keeps going, unless you have to go on it and, you know, you pay for it. That could be a really, you know, reasonable thing to put into the map. You have to pay for it to drive off. You know, you would buy a ticket to get on a bus, sort of thing, so why wouldn't you pay an undead zombie bus driver money to get on his bus? So, you know, it makes sense. But something we know about this already throughout the trailer that we saw is that we see these boards. Now these boards do get ripped off the window, and you can see straight away you've got 1, 2, 3. We know there's one on the roof, and every window could possibly be a window that can be ripped off. I'm not too sure about the front because there isn't any boards, and I can't see them being able to jump through the front, but it is interesting to see that the boards are all along here and possibly throughout the other side of the bus as well, and the back, because, you know, it wouldn't be wrong to see the zombies chasing you, jumping onto the back window and ripping it off, like we'll see later on. So now we're going to skip through to the next scene, which is getting more and more eerie. You know, we're getting blinded by this bus driver, and you can actually see his silhouette there. We don't actually see any passengers on the bus, so he's clearly, you know, waiting to pick someone up until he gets to this bus stop. Now this image here gives you a great example of something I've been dying to talk about, like so badly trying to get this off my chest. But what I'm going to show you here is like normal bus. That's fine. We know it's a bus. It's the undead bus. He's gonna, he's gonna pick you up, or you've got to pay for him to drive off to certain places. Whether or not you have to call him, like I'm at a bus stop, you press a bus button, he comes to you. We don't know. But something I want to point out is the ground. Now look at the ground. Keep staring at that. You'll notice that it's moving. It's not actually staying still. It's moving. So it's lava. It must be lava. You see the actual pattern move. So the texture of what we're seeing there is not just fire coming from the ground. It looks like lava. So it's a cracked lava surface. Now the bus might be a safe way to travel around the map, because if we see these cracked sections here, there might be only parts where you can get on the bus to get to certain areas. And what I'm thinking is you might have to jump off the bus in certain locations to get to perks, or get to like, certain areas that you wouldn't be able to get to without the bus, because if you go to trying to get through it, you'll just burn and you'll just die. For example, like when the napalm zombie blows up, you stand on where it blew up, all you'll feel is like getting hit by fire, like douche 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 douche. That feeling that you'll get, I feel like if you stand in one of these cracks or on a big enough crack like that, you will get burnt from it, which leads me to the zombies. Now the zombies that you'll see later on are on fire, and I think the zombies have simply stood in that to get set on fire. And you'll see them when they're actually doing the leap of faith to get to run after you or chase after the bus. I think they're trying to jump over the cracks. I don't think they're always going to run crazy fast, but I do think they are trying to jump over the cracks in the ground, because if they step on them, they'll set on fire. And when you see a huge group of them, the ones that are jumping over it are fine, but the ones that are kind of like stood still running along are the ones that are on fire. So as you can see there at the bottom as well, there was like a splash of lava. Now I think this is going to splash up and hit you if you're not careful. So like whilst you're running along, just run along the road, you can stay safe being on the public, the pathway to the side or on the bus. But if you're on the main road, the lava might be able to spit up and attack you, and that is something you really do not want happening, because you might be one hit off going down, you get hit by lava, so it damages that little bit more, and then you get hit again and you are going down for the count. So that is something you definitely don't want. Now something I've got to point out there is this little guy over here. This is actually the mystery box template there. There you go. You can see the teddy bear sat on top of him. It does look a little bit blurry, but what can I say? It's just how it looks in the trailer. But luckily we can spot the teddy bear there just waiting at the bus stop on his little mystery box location before we take an aerial view of the ground. Now again, you can see like the cracks in the ground and the lava coming out. Well, I don't think it's coming out of it, but I just think it's underneath it and like places set on fire, and you just see where the fiery lava goodness is, and it looks pretty crazy. So we got like just a standard bus stop here. People have worked out that it is in Texas. Even people have tweeted out that it is in Texas, and they've like shown great examples of this bus stop location before. So interesting to see. We might be able to get across here, because it does look like we can just simply jump down, like jump under here. So this looks like you can jump off the road and then walk down into here. If you can, it might be a great area to rape train. Something I want to point out is that the bus, I think it can hit you. I think if the bus hits you, I don't think it's just going to push you out of the way. I think it might down you, and you either go down for the count and it pushes you out to the side, or it downs you and you go under the bus to the back of it, something like that. I'm interested to see what happens if this bus hits you, because you are clearly somehow going to be able to get in its way for it to affect you in some sense. So I'm looking forward to seeing what that is actually going to do. So we're just going to keep frame by frame in here when we are loading up the bus here. Now something I want to point out straight away is look through this window. You'll notice there's no boards on the window, so the bus has been attacked, okay? And in this bottom left hand corner, you can also see, let me try and show you. You can see there the lava is actually spitting up, like the fire is spitting up from the ground. So you saw it there, like a big chunk of it spits up in the air. Now it could just be a normal effect sort of thing, but just because it's lava in the ground and we're seeing zombies on fire, I think it spits up at the zombies and sets them on fire. So that's why you could get damaged, or your teammates could get get damaged, and the zombies become flammable almost. So we skip through here, and you can see only these windows have a few boarded up windows, whereas this one here has none. So you see like just one, and then none there. And this one has one, and then this one is fully boarded up, whereas the others aren't. And then we're just about to see the zombie, and we don't see him until we get to our, which look like zombies that have been experimented on. So these are be normal people, I'm guessing, because from tweets that we've seen out on Twitter at the moment from programmers, that these guys that were just patients that were being tested. They're probably going to be infected and then given a cure for being the infection, and then everything was going to be like fine and dandy, nothing would be a problem. But then when cases got out of control, you know, in the tweets that we saw again, they'd be put in straitjackets. They wouldn't be really a problem to anyone. They'd just be pinned down to a chair, and then, you know, they'd try and fix them. If they couldn't fix them, then they'd simply kill them. So you see the zombies just absolutely legging it after these, you know, like after them like crazy. And you can see here there's a crack in the ground there, and I don't know how big this crack is, but you'll see that crack there. Watch this zombie. He leaps over it like a big jump. Nothing too crazy. Not like these ones here where you see these guys just like leaping and bounding over this crack here. So when you see them leaping and bounding, I think that this zombie here in the background actually got like hit by the fire, the lava in the ground. Sorry for the tapping that you can constantly hear, but I think that that's actually what happened. That he stood in the lava, it set him on fire. Or, you know, just ran past any fire, you know, like against a wall, and it sets him on fire. You know, it would make sense. If there's a fire, someone walks into a fire, it's going to set you on fire. So straight away we can see this zombie up on top. He's just like being a complete badass, just ripping things from the roof. So we do know they can get on the roof. We have the normal zombies here, you know, just running along. It could be a zombie boss. It could be a farmable boss, like a napalm zombie boss. But my suggestion is that it's just a zombie on fire. It's literally stood in the lava. He's now on fire. You get too close to him and he's too close to you for a long time, he can just keep hitting you. This might be like for a crawler, you know, when you try to control a crawler and say he's on fire, it might damage you. So it's like, or he could even take damage over time, so you can't keep a crawler forever. You know, these sort of things might happen. You know, it's zombies. Anything really can go down. I'm super stoked for this, and I'm looking forward to it being out. But you can see on the bus now we have a green like sort of explosion, a gas. You know, everyone's saying it's a mix different things. I said straight away I thought it was a ray gun, because it did just go like, it was like a firing gun of a ray gun. It just was like pew, and that was it. But you don't see like the green donut. But I had this discussion with Mr. Ruffle Waffles, and he said he doesn't think it was a ray gun, and he thought it was like a gas zombie. And I can completely understand where he's coming from, because it does look like a gas. But then again, I did go in a game of zombies, just fired a ray gun on the floor, and when the ray gun explodes or hits a zombie, it does put off like a gas sensation, and, you know, in green colours. So it's hard to not say that that isn't a ray gun, because you see it go off the first time like pew, and then I thought it actually goes off a second time in the background. And it could, you never know, it could be like a device. It could literally be something that you throw down, and, you know, it could attract the zombies to it, maybe, you know, something like a pheromone that I've always been looking forward to in zombies. That'd be really cool, like a, you know, like an alternative for monkeys, just a pheromone instead. So we don't completely know what that is. It could be a gas zombie exploding, it could be a ray gun exploding, but if I had to did say it was something, I'd just go for ray gun. You know, I can't really think of anything this second to be like, oh, it's definitely this, because we don't know. We can see they're clearly going into a tunnel here, so we're just driving along, and the thing we see there that a lot of people have missed, and I saw it, but at first I didn't see the hat. I just thought it was like a dead body, and obviously it's a dead body, but it is pretty cool. Now this is our undead zombie driver. Now I can't really zoom in onto him, but you can see his hat there, you know, his black hat with his like driver's like line across it, and there he is. He's undead and he's looking cool as anything, and I'm looking forward to meeting him. I think he's going to be a pleasant guy to meet and have fun with. But there you go, you can see the driver just going along, and you can see that all the windows have been boarded up. Now whether you can re-board them, I'm not too sure. I would assume you can, because if they're all gone, then it's just going to make it way too easy for you to go down. And this zombie just looks like a badass, just throwing them away, and, you know, with the blue eyes, I cannot wait just to see, because if you don't know, like, once you do the Easter egg on Moon, you know, the zombies get blue eyes, and it's a nice change. It does look pretty cool. So he's just ripping them off like an absolute boss. It doesn't seem to be anything too significant about this guy as to why he's actually, you know, ripping anything off. We don't see anyone inside. We don't see any guns, which is kind of a shocker, because if we did see the green explosion inside the bus, why don't we see like another silhouette of another person, or the silhouette of a gun or something like that? But, you know, it's a bit of a shame that we don't see that. But in the background then, a lot of people have been talking about these being hounds. Now I don't think these are hounds that you can see in the background, because I truly believe that it's going to be these guys just running and jumping. We've seen how they've leaped. How the hell did they get on top of the bus? He's clearly leaped and jumped onto the bus. So I think what you see here, like bounding in the background, and now it does look like a dog bounding, like when a dog runs, you know, it bounds. It does look like that, don't get me wrong. But what I think it is, I think it's just a human jumping over something, then jumping again to get onto it. So you'll see like how he jumps like he's into it. Because like if a dog was to jump in a bus, would be pretty good. But like I don't think it's hellhounds. I would like to say they're definitely back. I'm not too sure. But it would be nice to like know it's just the zombies, because that's what I believe it is. So then we see this guy throw the piece of wood at us again, and yeah, it sequences into nothing. So I'm looking forward to seeing what zombies has to throw at us. I'm really excited for like what it could possibly throw at us in the future. So if we just rewind through this now, and do it all in speed. If there's anything I've missed out, then be sure to let me know in the comments. I don't think there is much I've missed, because that's pretty much everything. It was like a short trailer. The only next thing I want to show you is the sequence where it goes to the Black Ops Zombies, you know, coming soon sort of thing in the trailer, because a lot of people did miss this, and it's the image that we've been seeing of the girl with the shotgun holding the zombie head. Alright, so here we can see Call of Duty Black Ops 2 Zombies will premiere on the 26th of the 9th, 2012. I know Americans say it different, but that's how us Brits say it. And this is kind of like one of the things that some people can see and some people can't. Now, in some people's breakdown videos, or just, you know, talking about in general, they picked up on it, and some people haven't. You know, they just said, and there's just blood splats here, and didn't really point it out. So I'm confused as to whether people didn't think it was relevant or anything like that, but I just thought I'd, you know, point it out. So you can see here the blood splats are everywhere, scattered along, you know, like the writing and stuff. But as you can see here, there's a big dark section, and it leads off into the silhouette of a person as to where she is. You know, shotgun going over the shoulder, looks like a train driver's hat that she's wearing. The zombie skull here, if you can't point that out, it's the zombie skull, and I'll show you there's an image on the left hand side as well, so you can see it is clearly the same image. And you know, if you're saying it's not a girl and it's not, it's just random blood how it's landed, you can see her tits right there. I don't think I can point much more out, but that is pretty much everything, guys. The relevance of that is just, you know, to be awesome like Zombies is, as always, and also the world premiere. Now I want to talk about the world premiere real quick, because Eurogamer is on the 27th. Now I think there is a media day on the 26th, which I might be going to. I'm not 100% sure, but if there is, I will be going to it. I believe David von der Haar's going. I don't know about any zombie developers, but if there are, that'd be awesome. If Jimmy Selinski was to go, sorry if I butchered that name, but I really do try to say that as best as I can. Let's call him Jimmy Z. That makes more sense, you know, with zombies, and that's a pretty good last name for a zombies guy. So Jimmy, the creator of Zombies, you know, if he was to go there as well, that'd be amazing, because then we definitely know there was zombies coming. But I think they're really trying to keep it on a down low and be like, oh, is it going to come? Is it not? Is it not? So I think we actually are going to see Black Ops 2 Zombies at Eurogamer. If you can get hands on, that'd be brilliant, but I think it might just be an announcement of, you know, like the world premiere trailer. If we can get hands on, don't forget, it would be brilliant, because Gamescom in Germany was hands on multiplayer. People could queue up for multiplayer and play that, you know, and people loved it. And I'm looking forward to seeing if this is what they do with Zombies now. That'd be just outstanding. So guys, if you are super stoked for Zombies and you enjoyed this like trailer, how I did this as a breakdown analysis, then please be sure to give the video a like. I'd really appreciate it. I have put a lot of effort into this because I thought it'd be something fun for you guys to watch. I know it was a long video, but if you have made it this way, I really would appreciate it. If you haven't done so already, make sure you click the subscribe button on the side of the TV. That'll keep you up to date with any videos I do on this channel. Mainly going to be Zombies when Zombies comes out. I do Minecraft videos, but mainly primarily Zombies. Any zombie information or news, I'm going to be covering it like a boss, and hopefully in this cool style for you guys to enjoy. Other than that, guys, I hope you have enjoyed the video, and thank you for watching.